To talk about the events that will be happening at the Arts Hub here in Brockville, I'm talking with the chair, who happens to be Pat Markovich. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Doreen. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, hey, it's our pleasure, our pleasure. What is the Art Hub? What is it?
Arts Hub Brockville was a concept that was really born probably 6 to 10 years ago. And we knew that the congregation at St. John's, financially, it was becoming a burden, the building was. And so there was a few of us, Chris Coyer was very instrumental in that as well, that believed if we could rent the facilities, we could offset the building costs. Wow. Well, that concept has grown to the point where February 1st, 2023, we have, before that, about 5 years ago, we created a charitable organization. That organization has signed a lease, a 10-year lease for the building with the United Church of Canada.
Okay.
What we try to do is give space to that's affordable, professional, and accessible to artists and the audiences that enjoy them. We have certainly venues. The main stage is the upstairs sanctuary.
Yes.
The gallery area is the lower hall. Each can hold close to 200 people. The main stage, a few more, about 250.
Right. Okay.
And we also provide educational workshops. Right now we're doing in-person fine arts education, and those are weekend workshops for the most part. But we have one coming up next Wednesday with Riverbank Studio Pottery.
Yes.
And they're having a fun workshop where people can make little decorations for Halloween. So there's a lot of interesting things happening.
Sounds like it. It really, really does. And we're going to talk about some of those.
Great.
All right. So September 23rd and the 30th, there are some, I think is it painting?
Oh, yes. So on Mondays, starting September 16th, and it will run until early December, and then start back in January. It's a Monday art group. They may, if they went on the website, they would see Mon Art, Monday Art.
Okay.
And it's an open studio for artists. One thing that COVID did was push artists into their studios. And it was very, it is an individual sport, if you will.
Yes.
But there are many people who like to paint with others.
Yes.
There's a flow of creativity that comes. There's also just the ability to say, Doreen, how did you create that color? Or I love what you're doing with such and such in your work. And so there's a lot of cross-pollination. We really believe that in general, Arts Hub Brockville is an incubator for the arts in Brockville.
Yeah, wow. That's great. So every Monday, is there a cost involved in that?
Great question. So yes, there is.
Okay.
It's a $10 fee, so just pay $10.
Wow.
Come in, you've got a table, chair, bring your own art supplies, bring your own covering for the table.
Yes.
Bring your lunch because it opens at 10 and closes at 4. You're welcome to come for the whole day, half day, whatever. And there's a facilitated workshop in the afternoon. So you can either choose to participate, whether it's still life drawing, whether it's mixed media. Allison Story facilitates that. And it's always a lot of fun just to get creative juices going. But you're welcome just to work on your own piece of art as well.
That's nice. Yeah. I like that idea. My. And so the fall pottery, which you've already talked about, that's on September 25th. Am I right?
Yes,
it's
that's
a Wednesday.
The Wednesday. Yes. I have to check my notes for that. And that's put on by Riverbank Pottery Studios, and they've created something that people can make and finish in 3 hours. The workshop is $60, and I believe you'll see on the website if you click on the workshop, people will be making a small jack-o'-lantern out of clay.
Yes.
And then the studio facilitators will take it back to their studio once you've formed it in the raw clay.
Right.
Once it's dried, You'll choose a color, they will fire it, and then you go to the studio and pick it up.
Isn't that nice?
It is.
Wow.
It is.
Oh.
It's lovely.
Well, it's giving people an opportunity to, if they've never worked with, and done anything in pottery, they have that opportunity. It's there.
They do. And
yeah.
the facilitators have broken it down step by step, so it's very easy. It's not, you don't have to be a high-level artist.
You're not going to get
Go have
overly...
fun.
Yes, that's what it is.
That's what
it's
it is.
It's a fun time.
It is.
And I believe... do you have anything more in September that you wanted to talk about?
Let me see. We've got coming up next Tuesday evening, the Operatic Society is having their AGM.
Oh, are they?
Yes.
Okay.
So...
Yes.
That will be open, of course. But,
right.
Yeah.
Good.
And then lots coming up in October.
Let's talk about October. Let's start off with October the 5th, which is a Saturday. Mm-hmm. Who is coming?
Well, that's the Ruz Guitars Blues Review. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be a fun evening. If you enjoy blues and bluegrass, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, for tickets, would they purchase ahead of time or at the door?
They can purchase. Generally, I would advise people to go on our website, on our events page.
Yes.
They just click on the date. There will be a link. If it's, if people are selling their own tickets, there'll be a link going directly to their website so that you can purchase online.
Oh, that's good.
And they will mention if there's tickets available at the door. I know one of the concerts we will be talking about, I'll mention that later, but if you buy online, your price is substantially lower than buying at the door.
Okay. Well, makes sense to me. It does indeed. So, the Festival of Small Halls.
Yes.
I was wondering whether we were going to have anyone coming to this area, and there is.
There is.
When?
There is. So that's October the 18th. That's a Friday night, just after Thanksgiving. And it's Tom Wilson, and I'll see if I can get this right, Teko Hahake Trio.
Good for you.
Tom Wilson is Aboriginal. He's written books about his connections, and he's also was part of a band that was a Juno Awards winner in 2020. So the caliber is really quite high. The Festival of Small Halls love performing at the Arts.
There's something
Arts
very,
Hub.
very, 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 very special coming up on October 19th, I believe.
There is.
And who is it?
It's Sean McCann.
Yeah.
And Sean is one of the founders of Great Big Sea. And he called up out of the blue, and he said, someone told me I've got to see this Arts Hub. And so I took him in a few months ago, and he loved the space and loved the resonance. And it was so much fun. We're walking down the main aisle of the main stage area, and he just breaks out into one of the Great Big Sea songs. Aww. And just filled the hall. And he said, I guess I only need one mic.
See, he was testing.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
So he's thrilled with the space. Mm-hmm. And hopefully Brockville can show him a big welcome because he's talking about coming back annually.
Oh, that would be super good.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the tickets because the tickets are more at the door.
Correct.
So get your ticket early because it is... $40.
It's $40.
And at the door is $50.
Yes.
So get your tickets ahead of time.
So you've got a 20% reduction if you buy online.
Thank you for sitting down with me.
Oh, my pleasure.
I always learn something new.
We have lots more coming up. I would advise people to go to our website at artshubbrockville.com. You can peruse events. And I would also ask if people are feeling that this is something that's important to the community. We survive on donations. And so you can go right onto our website and donate directly to us. We have our registered charity status, so we can write a tax receipt for any donations above $20.
Do you need volunteers?
We do, but it's more episodic.
Okay.
So we've got some things coming up. Certainly, we just had an art show last weekend, and that took quite a number of volunteers just to watch the door and wrap art as it was sold, etc. So
thank you for coming in and sitting down with me.
Thank you, Doreen.